What's up, YouTube? This your boy Gates Jr. Back up in the piece. About to drop some more knowledge on y'all. But this time, it's about to get real for y'all. I'm about to really challenge your mind to come up with a rebuttal. I dare you to. Alright, so here we go. I'm finna explain to everybody why God is real and He exists and He is fed up with all of the bullshit. Alright? Let's look at what describes or explains living organisms. DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. What is DNA? Well, it's very simple. It's a big ass program code for living organisms. Same way a computer code, binary codes for computer programs. You got ones and zeros that's coupled together or spread apart in a not a randomatic but a strategic format in order to create a program. You got A, C, T, G, and I don't think there's nothing else. I'm not sure. I'm not big on anatomy and DNA, so I'm not gonna be too for certain on that one. But I know it's about 4 or 5 of them, and they all bunch together to make our DNA. Now, if a computer program needs a programmer, why in the hell would a complex thing such as DNA need a programmer? And why wouldn't it be somebody who knew all in order to program it so that life can function perfectly? The same way a computer program runs perfectly if created perfectly. All right? Now, if you put random ones and zeros together, you're never going to make a code. And if you ever made a code, you would know that. If you ever altered that code by one digit, if you change 1 0 to a 1 or 1 to a 0, program's going to crash and it's not going to work anymore. That's the same way with DNA. If you took one letter, took it out of place, the whole entire sequence is useless. That can't happen on random. That would be absolutely ridiculous. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to me. Okay? Now that's one bit of scientific evidence that our God, the one that we love, does exist. Now, even the simplest virus has something like 50, 60,000 book pages upon pages of DNA code. Now, what is evolution? Evolution is the method of adapting and changing in order to survive. Survival of the fittest. I've never met any life on this earth that has been created by accident. You can't create plants by accident. You can't germinate. You can germinate a seed, and that's no accident. The minute you threw it out there in the dirt, you knew there was a chance for it to become germinated. When you have sex, it's not random. People don't just pop up pregnant randomly. If we did, we'd have a lot of Jesus scares. It's not. It's just impossible. You know what the equivalent of somebody who believed that all of this shit happened random? It would be the equivalent of me taking all the ABCs and just randomly slapping them on a page and selling it as the English language book or a dictionary or anything, any type of book that makes sense, that does not require a key in order for you to decode it. Now, we've got keys for every last one of those programs, everything that I just named to decode. Let me slap some random ass letters on the page. Even I won't be able to decode it. That's what you're saying it would be the equivalent of. It also would be the equivalent of saying that a tornado can fly through Kansas, tear up a house, rip it to shreds, and then when it drop it, it put it back all the way together as if it never happened. Or even better, it would be the equivalent of it taking up wood and trees and metals, and in that tornado it spun together and made a perfect house. What are the odds of that? All right. Now, the reason why I had to bust this down for y'all is because I'm about to bust a whole lot of bubbles. Whole lot of bubbles. This whole battle versus God and the devil is a load of bull. BS. God ain't versus nobody but humanity. You want to know why? Because there is no devil. There is only a Satan. And you can try to blame it on Lucifer, who is the angel or the bringer of light. Okay? The guy who made the sun on damn near. Okay? So I highly doubt he fell from heaven. I don't think any angel fell from heaven because they knew better. What I believe is when he made humans, he made them in the heavens. They didn't work out too well, so he sent them down to the earth. They got kicked. We got kicked out of heaven. With that being said, who is Satan then? Satan is a position that is held and abided by through the commands of God in order to test and tempt humans. The only prayer that you've ever heard in the entire Bible is, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us of our sins as we forgive those who have sinned against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Now, what is evil? Evil is us. The fact that we can be good and the fact that we can be bad. That makes us evil. Okay? The fact that we can be good makes us godly. The fact that we can be bad makes us devilish. Point blank, period. Everybody wants to blame the devil for all of this. First and foremost, find me a verse in any Bible where the devil or Satan lied. You can't. He's never lied. What you got to understand is you better start figuring out the meanings of people's words. Because, again, I already said this earlier. All he told Eve was, don't believe that. You will not surely die. And the reason why you will not surely die is because no matter what you do to this body, the spirit lives on forever and ever and ever and ever until God decides to absorb that light, then you're no more. You dig? Now, with all of that being said, I got a soft spot for Lucifer because he's no devil. He's never been the devil. We've always been the devil. Now, the fact that you were all refused to believe that is the reason why you will all perish. The reason why you will all be made fools of. And the reason why we can't get anything ahead is because God doesn't want to hear your prayers anymore. He doesn't want you to put everything on him. Why do you think he gave you a mind to think? And not only did he give you a mind to think, he made you the most intelligent beings on the face of this earth. We have dominion over the fish, over the animals, over the land. What you still asking him for anything for? You just lazy. You that lazy to where you can't go find an answer for yourself? That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. Now, I scared the shit out of everybody with this Ebola thing. And I'm trying to ease your minds and put it on a different page, which is back to spirituality. Spirituality is nothing but your soul. Okay? It has nothing to do with God. It has nothing to do with devil or evil. It's got everything to do with you, your mind, your body, and your soul being connected. Once you do that, you'll do that. Until you do that, you're going to be as blind as a bat, man. And it's going to be real sad for a lot of folks. Now, I'm not going to keep talking about sadness and sorrow because We got enough to deal with that on our own, y'all. We got enough of that to deal with. What I want to understand, all you guys, is that you need to stop blaming the heavens for your problems. For those who have lost a loved one, don't blame God. God didn't do it. You did. Don't blame the devil, because the devil didn't take nobody up out of here either. Actually, the devil did, because the devil is human. It's humanity. The biggest battle that one faces is versus himself. Now look at it this way. You got you, or in my particular case, me, myself, and I. Me, that is the person that has the conscience, the one that wants to do good. Myself, my adversary, however, wants to say, fuck everybody. Kiss my ass. I'm selfish. And then you have I. I is the mind. The mind that takes your body and keeps it moving or keeps it thriving. So you got me, your personality. You got myself, your biggest adversary, your heart, so to speak. And then you have I, your mind. And that's pretty much it, y'all. The real story versus God and Satan is not God versus Satan. It's God and Satan. He sends down angels every so often, and they fester inside of whatever it is that they fester inside of, and they test us and they tempt us so we can see, or he can see, who's worthy of anything. If you're going to receive a blessing, it is because you deserved it. It is not because you asked for it. So that's why he don't want to hear your prayers. Until you deserve a blessing, you ain't going to get it. Why you think a lot of prayers go unanswered? First and foremost, he is the creator of the universe and the multiverse. If you believe that you are the only life that needs tending to, that just shows you how stupid and clueless you really are. Now again, I'm sorry to call you stupid, I'm sorry to call you clueless, but the truth hurts. I'm only about speaking the truth, or at least what I believe is the truth. Now again, everything that I just told you is a personal opinion, but it has factual evidence to support it. So again, you can take the nigga that done PCP and they say his brain is fried and not listen to him. But when the shit hits the fan, whether it's 10 years, 20 years, 40 years, 50 years, you'll never be able to say that this nigga lied to you, Jack. This is one of the saddest but truest stories that I had to tell today. It is because as you look outside where I am, Jesus ain't weeping no more, y'all. He crying. He crying because y'all still don't know. Father, forgive them, for they do not know. He done already asked for your forgiveness. And he forgave you. And he gave you time to go seek the truth, man. And you still won't do it. You still won't do it. Well, let me tell you something. In the words of Jay-Z, I confess, God in the flesh, live amongst the servants, turn arenas into churches. I'm like Michael Recycle. These is not 16s. These is verses from the Bible. Tell that preacher he's a preacher. I'm a motherfucking prophet. Smoke the tree of knowledge, drink from a gold chalice. Now, for those who don't understand what that means, you're clueless. For those that do, you got a clue. Now go do something with it. Until then, Jesus ain't weeping, y'all. He just flat out crying.